Dylan, what were your emotions when you found out you were getting selected by the Dockers?
Obviously very happy with Dad also going to the club. Whole family was 100% wrapped.
And what's it like coming into a club midway through a season? How does that affect the way you go about things now?
I guess I haven't really thought about it too much. I guess it'd be the same coming through at the start of the year, just get down to all the boys, meet the coaches and get stuck into things.
You've done all that today, is it? How's that been going?
Yeah, it's good. Met plenty of people, been around the complex. No, it's pretty cool.
What's it like coming to a club that your dad played at? I mean, you would have grown up. Were you a lot? No, you wouldn't have been alive when he played, or were you?
No.
So just coming to a club that your dad's a bit of a club legend. Yeah, what's it like for you?
Obviously, it's very humbling to follow in his footsteps. So that's when I pretty much just make him proud.
You're a little bit of a different player or similar? I mean, he was the big, strong fullback. You can go forward as well.
Yeah, I guess where he says I'm a bit quicker than him, but I guess I'm up forward. He's down back predominantly, so yeah, it's different.
Dylan, what happened last year? Because you sort of started last year touted as a top 30 pick and then ended up not going in the draft. What do you think went wrong for you last year?
I had shin splints, which obviously impacted a lot of my training. I think that didn't help with my endurance, which obviously leads to being able to run more, get the footy more, kick more goals essentially.
So what have you done over the summer to make sure that you're more appealing to AFL clubs?
I got my body right, got all my shins right, everything. Did the majority of the pre-season, probably about 3/4 of it. Worked with Bill, training intensities, competitiveness, attitude, everything just to improve it.
So do you feel, with those sort of aspects of your game, that did you get some feedback from AFL clubs? You know, he needs to work on this, he needs to work on this, and then he'll become someone we're looking at?
Yep. I had a meeting with Dockers at the end of the year. They said, work on this, and we'll look at picking you up. So yeah, that's what I did, and lucky enough to be here today.
So tell us about your season so far.
Hasn't been great. I mean, I started round 1, did my ankle, a few medial ligaments. That put me out for 3 or 4 weeks. Then I came back round 5 and did AC in my shoulder, and then played on the weekend in the 2s and got through all good. So yeah.
Do you now go down to Peel and play, or do you stay at East Fremantle?
We'll be heading down the Peel, yep.
So do you think you got a chance of maybe sneaking in a league game before the end of the year, after your injuries and interrupted start to the year?
That would be the aim, but not sure what will happen.
Did you have any inkling that Fremantle were going to select you last night, or did it come as a surprise?
I had a few indications, but I wasn't 100% sure.
So how often is the club, as in the Dockers, how often have they been in touch with you this year? Because our understanding is that they've been tracking you a little bit.
Yep. This year, not so much, but I've talked to Dale Walls a little bit on the phone here and there, met up with him a couple of times, but not as much as last year.
And you've been working with their physio as well with your injuries?
Yep. I had patella tendon, would have been the start of the pre-season. I worked with Jason to get that right, and it ended up working out pretty well.
So have you been down here much inside the club's 4 walls during that time?
Not too much. I've done a couple tours of the facilities. I came down to go through my program with Jason. That's about it.
You're on an AFL list now. What are you looking forward to the most now that you're on a part of the Dockers?
Getting down, meeting all the boys, coaches, and pretty much just getting the best out of myself as a footy player.
What sort of advice has your dad given you about playing AFL footy?
He's pretty... he tells me every day, hard work. The hard work starts now. I've done the easy part. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Do you feel like maybe, even with all your injuries, do you feel like that maybe your work was something that dropped away a little bit? Were you not quite at the level you needed to be, do you think? Or?
Is it last year? Yeah. So what was the question again?
Do you feel like you weren't quite at the level you needed to be at last year?
In terms of endurance and getting through games, yeah, I think so. I didn't do the pre-season because I had my knee, so that definitely impacted on games and game time, and then got shin splints from loading, so it definitely didn't help.
What were your expectations before the national draft late last year, and how was the feeling afterwards when you didn't get picked up?
Expectations, my manager had given me a few indications that it might not go my way, but there's still a chance. And after not getting picked up, I obviously worked with him, and I used it all pretty much as fuel to get picked up either pre-season or mid-season, and it's worked out.
Fuel, did you say? As in motivation, fuel, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anyone specific on the list you're looking to learn things off on the current Dogs list?
Obviously, everyone on the list deserves to be here, so get bits from everyone pretty much.
Just in terms of the way you play, both forward and back, have you got
Yeah.
a player that you try to mould yourself on, maybe?
I guess in terms of the back line, Alex Pearce, forward line, Jesse Hogan, Taberner, obviously, yeah, all the boys.
Do you see yourself more as a forward?
I think at heart, yeah, but I don't mind playing back line. I'll pretty much just go over and do my best.